a little bit crazy out there, and
You think?
just getting this stuff is going to be a challenge. We were told by some of the people that came in to look at the system early that it could be a year or more to get the fiber in, which would really mess up our timeline because we're hoping to get the construction started next spring. So HR Green is hoping, and Walker and Associates are more or less saying that we should be able to have it here in a timely fashion since we ordered it ahead of time. The fiber is in North Carolina. I guess the biggest problem is getting a trucker to bring it here for us. Maybe we can get Decker to go out and get it for us.
I don't know why not.
Yeah, I don't know why not either. But anyway, that work has been done now. The engineer will now look for a contractor, and we'll probably be seeing that come across the table this following spring, and then you'll probably see the crews out and about putting that stuff in. So we're getting closer every day. And like I said, more than likely the other providers are going to start handing out some pretty good deals. The city has not started marketing the internet program yet. We don't have anybody hired basically to oversee it. The city will be hiring somebody to bring in the crew and get everything kind of organized. So if you're in the market for a job, that would be a good job to get because he'll be overseeing the entire construction of the.
Who will be?
Whoever we hire.
Ah.
I'm assuming there's people out there.
Have you considered me?
No, I don't think your name came up.
Okay.
Well, it's come up, but not under these terms. Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. So anyway, they're looking at getting this all done, up and operational. We'll probably start seeing people online. I would assume late 22, early 23. So next year will be primarily construction. So that's good. We're moving forward. This is one of the few things I've actually seen go as quick and as well as what they could be. And I think that's because we're about 10 to 15 years behind where we should be.
Yeah.
We should have started this a long time ago.
But of course nobody wanted to do that.
Yeah, and the money situation, I think David and Jeff Nemmers again have done a very good job finding ways to get money, and we don't know yet about the COVID CARES grants and the infrastructure money that's out there. It's possible that the city may be able to tap into that a little bit, but I want to remind everybody that this will be paid for by the people that use the service. If you're a resident of Fort Dodge and you will have the internet run very close to your house, but if it's not connected to your house, you won't pay for it. So this will be paid by the users, and there will be no taxpayer money spent on this. So it's a great thing, and I hope it all works out. The banks took a little bit of a risk on us because obviously they're investing in Fort Dodge, and we don't really have anything solid to give them yet other than promises that we'll pay them back once we get the service in place. So I think it's going to work. I think it's going to be great. So,
you do?
Yep.
I'm ready for it, buddy.
Yep, I think we're all ready for it. I remember talking to David about this about 3 years ago, and he didn't think it was a good idea. And then he went to a conference, and somebody told him how good it was. And then he got excited about it. And then from there, we've had nothing but progress. And Brian Mayle has really done a great job on this, as well as our consultants. So I think it's something that the city will be very proud of, and we can definitely use it in our marketing to attract businesses and people to our location. So
sure.
I'm glad you took typing though in high school. I was a little worried about you.
What is it with you and this typing?
Well,
thing?
Because nowadays with technology, people type all the time like you're doing over there, except for you're just using one finger, of course.
Yeah, well, it's my cell phone. How many fingers am I supposed to use?
2. Kids always use 2.
Well, I don't know about that. Yeah, they use their thumbs.
They use their thumbs.
Just for some reason that annoys the hell out of me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
My niece has got these real long fingernails, those dagger things, and she can type 3 times faster than I can. It's just amazing the way that these kids have adapted to technology.
You know why that is?
Why is that?
Well, because you're old.
Yeah, well, I'm old. Yeah, that's a given. No, that's not a defendable position. So anyway, that's the way it works. And, we do have an election next week. And obviously, if the system is going to progress, and we hope that the new residents on city council will support our efforts to get this broadband going. So November 2nd. Make sure you get out and vote. That's on Tuesday.
I will.
That's on Tuesday.
I will. Tuesday. Absolutely.
Tuesday. Yep. So other than Monday night was
are you going to endorse anyone? Or
no, I'm not going to endorse anybody.
Or do you think endorsing anyone would be the kiss of death?
Probably. Kind of like your endorsement.
So no, I think I could endorse. I think I've been an influence in past elections in certain cases.
Yeah. That's what I said. People hear what you say and then they vote the opposite.
No, and that's not true, Terry.
Yeah,
Not true.
that's the way it's-
Not
yeah.
true.
This has been kind of a strange election year. There's not a lot of controversy anywhere, I don't think. I mean, other than the water bill, which, there isn't much we can do about that.
Hmm.
But there just hasn't been a lot. So I'm afraid it's going to come down to a personality contest. So people that can get the people out to vote is who's the winner going to be. And it's not, it's not like past years when we had things that were dividing people, the TIF dilemma up in Williams Bend. We had Brian McLean ran against Kim last time on that. And, the Crosstown Connector back when I was running the first time. And there's been a history of things that have been a little bit more controversial in the community, and people have kind of set their path accordingly. And this time there just hasn't been anything. I haven't, seen anybody really creating any source of, interest as a result of an issue.
Right.
So it's been kind of quiet. I don't know.
Well, I am surprised at some of the challengers. They've been pretty quiet.
Yeah.
If I was a challenger, first of all, as a challenger, you have a steeper hill to climb anyway.
Right.
So if you really want to be on the council and you have ideas about what you do on the council, I would be banging the drums and clashing the cymbals to get people to listen.
Yeah.
But other than Richard Higgins, who's been on this program, and I think we pretty much know where Richard is.
Yeah.
I haven't seen much from the challengers really,
No.
or for the first time.
Are they advertising on your station?
No.
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 In years past, that's been fairly common to have the ads on the radio and newspaper. Nowadays, I suppose younger people are more focused on Facebook, and even though I'm not on it quite as much as you, messing up your videos so I can't listen to David.
Very accusatory today, even more than usual.
Yeah. And that's, you just don't see, and you're right, we don't see the issues. We don't know what the candidates stand for. So, it's going to be kind of an interesting election.
In that we don't know anything about the candidates.
Well,
There's been some people on the council for a while, and I still don't know what the hell they actually stand for or where their support lies, really.
you shouldn't talk about me when I'm right here.
Well, you'd be an example of kind of a troublemaker. I kind of like that about you. You describe yourself as a troublemaker.
Well, I just, my point is that if there's a question, I expect it to be answered, so I'm better informed. And if I'm not informed, then I ask more questions. And then eventually, sometimes people don't, they kind of avoid you because they know you're going to ask them a question,
I found that to be true.
Yeah,
Yes.
and there's some things that I've been very aggressive at trying to find a solution. It's been very frustrating over the last few years trying to get some answers to some questions. And I feel the taxpayers' pain on occasion, because when somebody comes to me with a problem and I can't answer it, I don't think that's the way they expect it to be.
They certainly don't.
No, they want answers, and I do the best I can, but sometimes there's roadblocks that are created that are beyond my control, and so we do the best we can. And
Well, we appreciate beyond your
Yeah.
control, but we'd certainly like to know any councilman knows what the hell they're talking
Yeah,
about
well,
on serious issues before the council and the city.
and even though I hate to admit it, that's one reason that I come on your station, is because I actually have to delve deeper into the issues in case you blindside me with some obscure reference and something that was there that I didn't pay a lot of attention to. So now I think I study the agenda and I'm better read up on it, because I know on Wednesday that I have to be responsible for my actions. I'm not one to make up answers. I like to speak the truth.
Well, it's better than giving a quote to a newspaper and get your picture there. Oh, how cute
Yeah.
you are, rather than answering any in-depth questions.
Yeah. And that's the other thing. I mean, if you've got an opinion, that's fine. But if you're the one vote against, an issue, you shouldn't be in the paper telling your side when the 6 people voted you down. But that's not I don't run the paper. So.
What was that, a shot at Jeffy?
No, I wasn't a shot at Jeffy. No, Jeffy's been he's got his opinions and he's got his actions that he feels are necessary. And I think he's done a good job representing the people that he wants to represent. So.
Yeah, Jeff was a good council
Yeah.
person. I mean, he's out as of January?
Yeah, he'll be done in January.
Okay.
So
Well,
him and Andy both. So, Yeah. So other than that, on the council agenda Monday night, we did award demo contracts for your neighborhood again. We've got 4 houses on North 8th Street. I haven't seen your address come up yet, so you must be maintaining your property fairly well.
Well, I live in a condo, Terry.
I know it. That we'll watch it very carefully for any property violations. First chance we get, we'll be in there knocking on
You'll
your door.
zap me, huh?
Yep. So anyway, Doyle Construction got those 4 demo projects. He's got a lot of them up in that neighborhood. There's a lot of vacant lots, and the question is what's going to happen to it? Well, we are addressing that. If you remember back spring of 2021, March, we had a survey out from a group called Shift, SHYFT Collective, which is
Right.
based out of Des Moines. And they did a strategic plan. They're working on a strategic plan for the full redevelopment of the neighborhood. That includes the realignment of 8th Street and addition of retail and multifamily housing, apartments, single family housing, senior living, the single level places. So people like you that are old and have to shuffle around, we don't have to go up and down steps and whatever, curbs. So that Shift Collective, we've met, I've been on that advisory committee and we've met a few times. Carissa Harvey is kind of heading that up, and they've come up with some design work for that neighborhood that is very good, and I think is going to be a great asset to that area. And the reason I touch on that is because, all this work we've been doing, all the investment in the infrastructure, it's been noticed. The gentleman that got the grant on 1109 Central Avenue, the Lyle Mum building there that they're going to redo, put
Right.
retail on the bottom, 6 apartments on the top. And he got a state grant for $75,000 to assist with that. And it's going to be about a $165,000 project, I think. It's HOM Investments 2 is the property, and Mr. Hagan was the spokesperson to him, and he said that he was out before he started buying property, but he said he'd been out driving through Fort Dodge and he saw the new infrastructure, which, in case you hadn't noticed, is all over the place now. And then he said, as an outside investor, he sees the city on board with being a change agent in the community. And from there, you need the property owners to take responsibility on what comes next. And so I think that's the kind of attitude that we like when we see outside investment in our community. Again, we are clearing areas in town. We've got, that whole Lincoln neighborhood area is more or less owned by the city now. So there's a lot of potential up there. And with the Shift Collective working on it, I think we can come up with some good plans and create a gateway to downtown Fort Dodge from a neighborhood just to the north that previously was not the best neighborhood in town, as you well know. So we're working with them, and I think continuing to improve that neighborhood and continue to improve a variety of neighborhoods throughout the community. And so we're looking forward to the day, and I don't know if it's going to happen in your lifetime since you're barely functional anyway, but
That's true.
yeah. So anyway, we're hoping that can get that done in the next couple of years. So that's exciting news for that particular part of town, and I think that's going to continue to be news.
So
what else you want to talk about?
I don't know. I fell asleep over
Yeah,
here.
you
What
did?
Yeah. You made so many old guy jokes that I just thought
I take a nap.
I thought I'd just take a nap while I was on the air.
That's good. I'm surprised you can get up and go to the restroom.
No, all right. No, well, I thought about that too.
Yeah,
I thought about that too. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anyway, Dr. Terry Menke is our guest here at AM 1400 KBFD, the voice of Fort Dodge. We're broadcasting live from the Blue Ribbon Pelham Waters studio. Blue Ribbon Pelham Waters at 612 South 32nd Street here in Fort Dodge. You may contact Blue Ribbon Pelham Waters by calling 576-6481 or online at www.ftwater.com. It's 2:29.
Bex recognizes this week's player with heart, Bo Claver from Webster City High School, for his commitment and passion on the field and within the farming community.
Bo says he enjoys operating and fixing farm machinery.
I think that's come about just because I've always helped my dad out on the farm.
keeping and improving. And Don Larson worked with them from the city too quite a bit. So yeah, we're very thankful. And so that moved forward on Monday night also. So we're glad to see that. The downtown cameras were also discussed Monday night, kind of in passing. They are starting the construction, and believe it or not, they're having some problems getting some of the equipment. Like everything else, you can't go to the store now. It seems like they got more bare space than they have stuff on the shelves anymore. It's amazing. I don't know who they're blaming: COVID, wildfire, political unrest.
Negotiation is just overrated. We should send in the Marines and unclog the supply chains, and that'll be the end.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good platform.
Thank you very much.
Why don't you run on that?
I think I will.
So anyway, the downtown cameras, it has started. The electrical work, I think, is pretty well done, and they're working on getting the cameras up. There's also some discussion that maybe some of them will be painted black to make them more stealth. Like the black
Stealth.
Yeah, like the black helicopters that are circling your house all the time.
No, I don't.
You don't have them?
If anybody's circling my house, I know who they are.
Yeah.
It's not black helicopters.
Yeah. Well, anyway. So I gave a talk the other day, and I mentioned
You have been to my neighborhood.
Yes, I
haven't
have.
you?
Yeah, several times. I actually would drive through there quite often.
What are you doing down there?
Well, I get up early in the morning, and I don't start work really until 9 o'clock. So I tend to drive around town aimlessly.
Oh, you're a snoop.
And I just look. I got that Text My Gov on my phone, and I drive around, and I was driving.
Text My Gov.
Yeah, the report nuisance properties. And
Oh.
We were out the other day last week. Vicky Reek and Paige Wheeler and I were out looking because we've been looking for some lots. The Newton Prison Home program, we can get a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house brought in and put on a slab or on a basement for about $90,000. And I suggested that maybe we look at bringing one in as a model home to kind of show people what was available. There's some income guidelines on that, which you wouldn't probably match, but you got to.
I probably wouldn't.
You got to make.
I'd have to be a man of means you.
Yeah, you have to.
You haven't talked about how much money you have in
less
quite
than
a while.
$100,000.
I don't know why you haven't.
Because I have better things to talk about.
No, you don't. For a long time when we were in Sertoma, you always were bringing up the subject of your massive wealth.
I just brought it up.
I had a feeling I was 10 years old and in the bathroom when we were measuring up to each other to see who the bigger man was. Every time you talked about your money.
I'm up $40 in my Bitcoins just since I started here, so I'm pretty excited. I made more
$40. Huh?
I've made more money on Bitcoins than I have doing my job today.
Well,
so maybe I should work more and less time on the radio. But anyway, where was I going? Oh yeah,
you don't need to work.
I'm going to name the 2022-2023 the year of the bridge, because we've got 3 bridges. Yeah, year of the bridge. We got Highland Park that'll be redone. We've got First Avenue South Bridge heading over towards the new renovated mall area. What are they calling that? Crossroads something? I don't know what it's called.
I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. I don't know. I can't remember.
The Growth Alliance stopped coming over here.
Yeah, I know. They're mad at you too, huh?
I suppose.
Apparently. Do they advertise on your station?
They can't. Do they advertise the Growth Alliance?
Sure.
I don't think so. Maybe they do on the group as a whole, but not here.
So anyway, the Kenyon Road Bridge, which is actually 4 bridges altogether, that'll be a state project. That was slated to go 2022, but I think with funding, even though they got $1 billion in extra money, taxpayer money, by the way, sitting down there in Des Moines, and those 4 bridges will be replaced. 2 of them are kind of like the Minneapolis Bridge that collapsed during the construction phase a decade or so ago. So
I remember that.
Yeah. So
that didn't look good at all.
No, that was bad. So our Kenyon Road Bridge, half of it anyway, it needs to be done. So they're going to do both parts of it. The First Avenue South Bridge, if you drive across that, it looks terrible. I mean, the concrete's been deteriorating on the sidewalks, and they actually inspected it. We hired an inspector, I don't know, 2 years ago, and they found 5 of the beams underneath have deteriorated to the point that they need to be replaced too.
Great.
Yeah. So initially,
5 years ago.
Yeah, about 5 years ago. So don't drive your cement truck over that road. But First Avenue South, we originally thought that it would be just decking and surface, concrete work, but now it has to be a little bit more involved. Did get a state grant for that, and that's one thing that we were waiting for on that and Highland Park. We got $1 million for each of those, and the railroad actually owns the bridge in Highland Park, and they're kicking in $300,000, and the city got the grant, and then we'll probably have to kick in a little bit more. So that Highland Park Bridge, I think, has got a lot of history. People used to jump that. You get going fast enough, you could jump it in your car. I don't think you'd want to with knowing what you drive. But so anyway, 2022 and
I don't
20
trade cars every 6 months like you
should.
do.
Well,
Why?
You obviously don't have the fiscal responsibility then.
The fiscal response.
That's right. So anyway,
You're right, Terry. I don't have your massive wealth. Don Decker stands in awe of your enormity.
I don't think so.
I
So
don't
anyway,
think so either.
yeah.
That was a real joke, I'll tell you.
So anyway, the bridge work will be starting. Those the continual. We hear about road improvements, and we are working on that constantly. Every time there's a new sewer line put in, we put a new road over the top of it. So it's going to be, I think, a busy year next year. I'm hoping to get a little bit more road work done, get the bridges done, and we ought to really create a mess out there in the mall area with all the construction too. So
when are we bringing back the Bennett Viaduct?
Bennett Viaduct, I don't
Yeah.
think it's ever going to come back. It's got that nice flag out in the middle that Ron Newsom put there a few
Yes,
years
he
ago.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
we'd
what's the
have to-
problem with the Bennett Viaduct?
I don't know.
We were robbed of it years ago.
That was torn down, I think, right as I came into town. I never had the opportunity to go across that. So
Oh, I did.
it looked kind of frightening, if you ask me. It didn't look like it was well maintained.
I just zoomed over to the West Side Tap and everything was fine. Even better on the way back.
Yeah, maybe that's why they took it out. Yeah, and then
Mhm.
West Side Tap disappears, and yeah, it was tough on that northwest part of town.
Well, I think we had some mayor and city council people who had competitors up there at the time. And really, I do.
Just shut them off.
Yeah,
deny them
so-
access.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I know, that's everybody in town at the time pretty much agreed that was the reason we lost the Bennett Viaduct. In fact, one of the council people at the time told me that he and a couple others were going around assuring everyone that the Bennett Viaduct would be rebuilt, and he knew damn well it wouldn't be. As soon as we got that other bridge, which is the piece of crap you just described.
No, I didn't describe that one. That one's still in good shape. The Kenyon
Okay.
Road Bridge. Are you talking about the one?
No,
that
not
goes
the
to Country
Kenyon.
Club? One that goes to Country Club.
The Carl King one, yeah.
No.
Isn't that the Carl King Bridge?
I don't know.
Yeah, the one that goes to Country Club. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
As soon as we got that one built, then there was no need under federal or state law for Bennett Viaduct. And
Yeah, but that bridge is still in good shape.
these city officials were just lying their butts off. They just didn't want that Bennett Viaduct because, again, they had competitors. out there.
That no longer happens. We are very, very honest, truthful, and forthcoming with everything we do.
When did that happen, Uncle Terry?
I don't know, a number of years ago. I think when David came on board.
I used to be
he's big and
suspicious of.
intimidating.
I used to have a lot of council people on, and I used to think that they just weren't telling me.
Yeah,
It took me a couple of years to figure out. Hell, they didn't know.
didn't know how to ask.
They didn't know. I'd ask them something. It was even in the paper that morning, and I'd take a question from the paper, and they had a picture in the paper, replying to this controversy, whatever it was at the time. And all of a sudden, by the time they got here, they really didn't know.
Well, the first time I came on here, I was an invited guest of Mr. Allstott because, we came in tag teamed it a while.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then you kicked him off the air. And
I did not kick him off. He voluntarily
and,
left.
And then Jeffy, you kicked him off the air. And you kicked
Jeff was
Andy
mad
off
at
the
me.
air. Nevin's no longer. I mean,
Andy, yeah, he was out.
Flattery. He used to be on every Friday. I used to listen to him all the time.
Who, Dave?
Yeah, Flattery. Now he shows up as he feels like it.
Dave was on when I was on, and I didn't think this would be that big of a factor. But being on in the morning was better for me as far as guests were concerned
Yep.
than it is being on in the afternoon because Dave's got to leave work early. I mean, you're self-employed zillionaire, so you can come down whenever.
Yeah, tell that to the people that are in my waiting room right now. They all think I'm doing something important. They don't realize I'm not even in the building. So,
No, I used to have, Nevin and Randy are still on with me for the sports, but they used to come in at 6.
yeah.
A lot of people.
I used to come in at 6. I used to come in at
Was
6.
6 o'clock your
Yeah, I
time?
came in at 6. Remember me standing outside in the cold waiting for you to show up? That was me.
Apparently, I used to sit in here in the warm thinking about you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, at least you could have done is give me a key. Now I got to sign in downstairs just to get up here.
What? They don't even give me a key. What are you talking about?
For some reason, I can understand that. Would you rather-
Oh, by the way, Menke got me the latest Joe Bonamassa CD. Check it out.
Great music.
Yeah, it is. Bonamassa's terrific. And by the way, if you're watching audio and video on StreamYard, would you please let us know if you can hear us both? We've been having a little trouble with muted microphones. maybe Terry's mic is muted or mine is or whatever. But if you could leave a comment on StreamYard, and you can go to StreamYard by going to my personal Facebook page, Michael Devine, that's DEVINE, or the radio station Facebook page, AM 1400 KVFT, or your4dodge.com, and let me know if the sound in both microphones, Terry's and mine, is coming through well. I would certainly appreciate it if you'd do that. I'm probably speaking and my microphone is muted.
Everybody out there is going, huh?
What's he saying?
Yeah, what's he saying? I guess I'll listen.
It's always better to listen on the radio, I guess.
I guess. Yeah. So
Okay.
I try to, but sometimes I have to work. Okay. So even though we only got just a couple of minutes, Greenleaf Rehabilitation Nursing Home off of 22nd Street, that's actually owned by the city up there. It's been sitting empty now for 4 or 5 years. The city took it back, I believe, on abandoned property. And Vicky's been working. We tried to work with the National Guard because they've got demolition training, and we've been trying to get them to come in and knock it down for us after we do the asbestos removal. But that's been a real problem because the money, it's going to cost a lot of money to take the asbestos out and a lot of money to knock it down. So Vicky's working on that. So if you live in that neighborhood, just give us a little bit of time. We realize that it's an eyesore, and we've tried numerous times. We had Ann Meyer worked with us last year trying to get the National Guard, but we just couldn't get them up here. So,
by the way, I think it would be a great idea if Saturday Night Live this Saturday opened up with Donald Trump doing an impersonation of Alec Baldwin.
No.
Oh, yes. Have
No.
Trump dressed up in a cowboy suit, guns in both hands. Yes. Oh, yeah.
That was a tragic event.
Tragic event. It couldn't happen to a nicer guy. It's a classic example of somebody who runs off their mouth about gun control and obviously doesn't know a single thing about guns. No. First you learn in the crib, for God's sake, around here anyway. You don't point a gun at somebody unless you intend to shoot them. Apparently nobody told Alec. Yes. Thank you, Terry. It's 3:00.
Hi, this is Leslie Segretti.
And I'm Tom Kreitler, and you can hear the Money Pit every Saturday afternoon from 4 to 6 on
52 at $12.68. Soybean meal closed up $4 a ton at $330.90. December wheat up 7.5 at $7.59 3/4. October live cattle up 40 cents at $127.22. December up 12 at $131.57. October feeder cattle up 52 at $156.50. November down 130 at $158.47. December lean hogs down 60 cents at $71.97. February down 82 at $74.32. I'm Dwayne Murley.
Michael Devine, the mayor of Manville.
It's a fancy title for a part-time job.
Michael Devine at AM 1400 KVFD.
Yes, look out for me. I'm the mayor of Manville. I startled our guest here today, Keith. Keith Thinkbaugh is here.
Anybody.
She jumped when
Yeah,
I was
she
talking
did.
about.
She's ready.
Because I've been sitting over here like an old tired alligator.
Yeah,
you know,
there you
you
go.
got to remember these old alligators. They will get up every now and then and snap at you.
Yeah.
We are in the Blue Ribbon Pelham Waters studio at 612 South 32nd Street here in Fort Dodge. You may contact Blue Ribbon Pelham Waters by calling 576-6481 or online at www.fdwater.com. So this is Megan from the Public Health Department here in Webster County. Is that correct?
It's Meredith.
Meredith.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez.
Meredith.
I see. I'm
Jeez,
sorry.
Get
I'm
it
getting
right. He's getting old and feeble.
I am. Well,
and senile.
you know, he says
All
that
of the
because
above.
he says that because I forget who he is every now and then. Would you pull the microphone a little bit closer to you? There you
Sure
go.
can.
So you sure your name's not Megan?
No, but all my sisters, they have names to start with M also. So Megan would fit in.
Really? Do you
Yeah.
have any brothers that name Mike or Mark?
I don't. No,
Oh,
just
darn.
girls.
Just girls?
They got a lot of stuff going on over there.
The
Public
Webster County Public Health Department, right? So maybe we got to just dive into it.
health.
Sure can. Well, we're excited. We've got a lot going on, like you were saying. Tomorrow we have our drive-through COVID and flu clinic. That's going to be located at Iowa Central East Campus, which is out on Quail Avenue,
Smithway,
the old Smith
Yeah.
Way. Yep, you got that right in that striped, the blue and white building.
just to help the other old folks out there.
You got
Yep.
to relay it to something.
Yep, and it's from 4 to 7 tomorrow, rain or shine. It looks like we're going to get some rain, but it is going to be inside. So we're going to be offering COVID first, second, third, and boost doses at this clinic, and also flu vaccines. The third dose, just want to make it clear that it's for immune compromised individuals, but the boost dose is for anybody who's had the first and second doses already that qualify for the age limits. And then we're going to have all three of the COVID vaccines out there, the Moderna, the Pfizer, and the Johnson & Johnson, as well as the seasonal flu vaccine available. All people need to do is call our health department. We can make them an appointment. We also have where you can register online through our WebsterCountyIA.org. There's a link on there. Appointments are recommended. They're not required, but it's very helpful for us. So we have enough staff to
Right.
take care of that. We just ask that you could bring your COVID vaccination card with you so we can get that updated with a new sticker. And if you can bring a copy of your insurance or your insurance card. If you can wear a short sleeve shirt, we know it's going to be kind of chilly, but dress in layers and you're going to be in the warmth of your car. So have your heat blaring and the short sleeve shirt just so our staff can come right to your car window and give you the vaccine.
They give you the shot in the car.
We will, just like a drive-through at McDonald's. You
Wow.
just- we'll come right to you. You bet.
So this is going to be, and you know, I'm not trying to screw you up here with
You're
Iowa
okay.
Central East, but you come in the Smithway yard.
Yes, off of Quail Avenue.
Right.
Mhm.
And then where do you go? Do you go where the office used to be, or do you go back where the parts department used to be? Or you
Where the-
probably don't even know what I'm
It's-
talking about.
Where they repaired the shops. There's
Yeah,
like 5
it's
doors
like
going
those-
through there. You go
yeah.
around to the back side, which would be the west side. You go around back and then you pull through. And there's like 4 doors you can pull through. I'm
Yep.
sure you'll have all 4 doors going.
Oh, is it back there where the the
yeah,
shop?
the big
Yeah.
shop. Yeah, you pull back there. You go
Yep.
around the back, you pull in, and then you'll pull out the front when you're done.
Oh,
Yeah, that's it. Simple.
well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and we'll have staff directing everybody and helping you at there too.
So as far as cost goes,
free.
free.
Free is
Free.
good.
You
Yeah.
don't even have to bring your Medicare card or insurance card.
If you
or
bring your
nothing.
insurance cards, greatly appreciated, but it is a free vaccine. The insurance companies can give a small administration fee for like paperwork and things like that, but it is a free vaccine for people.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, I just wanted to make sure.
Sure.
Some people, you got to, hey, that's the first thing they want to ask.
Free.
Free.
Free is a good word.
Free is a good word.
Yes, it sure is.
They told me in advertising class years ago, though, Keith, there's no such word. There's no such real thing as free.
As a free lunch.
So, yeah, as a free lunch.
Free lunch. It ain't gonna
Somebody
happen.
somewhere paid for
Somebody's
it.
paying for that,
So
baby.
never go into a business and say, I got something
For
free, because those people know better.
That's right.
So, well, I'm glad. These must be as a result of state funding or federal funding. To cover the cost of the vaccinations.
It's just covered by the insurance, and then if people don't have insurance, it's still a free vaccine that will be covered.
Okay.
Why it's covered is because we got a great group of people working
We
for us at the county.
We do.
I mean, really do. Carrie does a phenomenal job over there getting all this coordinated and getting it all put together and
All
getting
right.
grants. I mean, that's why we have it in Webster County. I'd say we got the best group in Iowa.
Yeah, I love it. Carrie Prescott, our director, has been, she can throw these great, gigantic events together in just such a short amount of time. She's also in the process of, because we have this one Thursday, she's also making plans for another one in the upcoming near future. We just have to lock in some plans. So as soon as we have all that up and going, we will certainly let the community know by our Facebook page and our website page and radio announcements and the newspaper. So
Sure. Yeah. Well, nobody will see
Or
it
the
in
Michael
newspaper.
Devine Show.
Michael
Right,
Devine,
right.
yeah. Probably won't see it in the newspaper. What time tomorrow shall I show up?
You can come between 4 and 7 if you'd like. We can do appointments if you want to call our health department, or you can do it online. You can also come up without an appointment, but it's recommended, but it's not required.
Okay.
So 4 to 7, we'll be there to help. And if that doesn't work for people into their schedules, we also can do the vaccines at our health department. We have scheduled times on Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Fridays that people can call to, and they can come right to the health department at 723 First Avenue South in Fort Dodge. And we can do them at our office too in the old Northwest Bank building.
What's the phone number to call?
It's 515-573 4107.
Can you make an appointment now by calling this number?
You sure can. We're open for the next 13, 14 minutes.
So you can't call tomorrow.
You can call tomorrow. Sure.
And it's all on the main floor. So it's the bank has moved out. So they've moved their stuff
Mhm.
right up there. So everything's on the main floor. You walk in and park and walk right in. No steps, no elevator.
Nope.
Walk right on the main floor and you're there.
What are you talking about now? The bank.
The
is-
bank building, the old
Northwest
Northwest Federal Building across from the
Mhm.
LEC.
You're not over in the old school anymore.
No. We are at the Northwest Bank across from the
Okay.
law
across from the
enforcement
LEC.
Mhm.
Okay. You and the extension service both then. Huh?
No,
No.
extension service.
Oh, this is
Just
Northwest Bank.
Yeah.
Mhm.
North. Okay. They're in Wells Fargo. I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah.
Yeah, they're in Wells Fargo.
Yeah.
How long you been over there? I didn't even know that.
Couple years.
Couple
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't surprise
Yeah.
me.
Quite a while.
I still go out on Highway 20 and look for Big Bear, for God's sake.
Don't you have something for the kids too?
Or the
I don't know.
Disco Den.
Not yet. Okay.
There has been, we also do COVID testing if
Mhm.
anybody's interested at the Webster County Health Department. It's for asymptomatic. So if you don't have any symptoms, we can do the rapid antigen test right at our health department also. This is a nasal swab, and this would be like for the purpose of a traveling clearance, or if you had a possible exposure to somebody who was positive. We do ask if you were exposed to somebody who was positive that you wait at least 5 to 7 days before getting a COVID test. Otherwise, there could be a false negative result. And that is, like I said, asymptomatic. If you do have any symptoms, we do encourage you to go see a medical provider to get the COVID test. So if you're experiencing any of the COVID symptoms, please go see a medical provider for that testing. We also have the free take-home PCR tests. These are self-administered COVID tests that you can pick up. They're located at our health department. We have little, they're white boxes. They're on the main lobby or upstairs outside of our health department on the second floor. Same location, the 723 First Avenue South. These are completely free. And they're easy, they're simple, there's directions, they're free to mail in, and then a person can receive their if they're positive or negative results within 3 days. And I believe that's through an email. And so just make sure if you're going to be traveling and you need to have something specific, make sure you look for what the airline specifics or regulations are for what kind of testing you need to have before getting a rapid antigen if they need the PCR kind.
Okay.
And then another exciting thing that we had.
Another exciting
I have
thing.
so many.
She's gonna
so
take the
many
whole
exciting
half hour
things.
up here.
That's
That'd be good.
okay.
That'd be
That's
good.
all
I'm
right.
glad.
I'm kind of chatty. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Another exciting thing is that, as many of you have heard, that the FDA announcements that they are authorizing the Pfizer COVID vaccine for children 5 to 11. It was previously approved Pfizer for 12 and older.
Is it approved or is it recommended?
It is approved now. So the FDA and the CDC and the Iowa Department of Public Health will advise the public health departments with more guidance on how and when to proceed with this in the near future. And as soon as we find out, the Webster County Health Department, as soon as we get this guidance, we will be sure to let the community know and get the notice out about how we're going to proceed to get this age group vaccinated.
Okay.
So as always, follow us on Facebook, Webster County Health Department, and then we have our Webster County website, and then radio announcements and newspapers and however else we can get the word out.
Well,
So,
certainly. Well, we're always available over here at the radio station. We'll be
Well,
happy
thank
to
you.
do it. of
Thank
course.
you. We'll take you up on that.
Absolutely.
So,
Well,
and it-
Carrie knows that, and Keith
Yes.
knows
Yeah.
that.
That's why she's here.
Right.
She's here.
That's right.
Oh, Carrie. Oh, that's right. It all went downhill, didn't it? Keith to Carrie to you, and you. It was your time. It was your turn.
She
in the
drew the
barrel.
short straw.
I was gonna say your turn in the barrel. Huh?
We're all partners and we work together. We are a team at the
Yep.
Webster County Health Department.
I goes,
Webster
Carrie,
County.
you want to send somebody over? She goes, absolutely. I got just the person to get this information out. And this is great information to have because there's
It
a lot of stuff going on, and you can go get your shots, and it's free, and it's easy, and you don't have to leave your vehicle. It's
You
a drive
don't,
through.
right?
Wow, that's great.
tomorrow.
So it's great.
hmm
And that's 4 to 7.
4 to 7.
So if I snuck over at noon, I couldn't get a shot.
You can come see us at the health department if you'd like. So no, it starts at 4 and we'll be there setting up and getting ready.
Well, I got to
so.
work then.
Oh shucks. Give us a call.
Give us a call.
They can get you in during the other days
Mhm.
on the main
Yep,
floor.
Yep.
Anytime
The
you can go over
Tuesday,
there.
Wednesday, Fridays. we
Tuesday,
can get
Wednesday,
you in.
Friday. you can
Tuesday,
get over there.
Wednesday, Friday.
Yeah.
By appointment at the health department.
So I just have to call the health department.
Yep.
And I can get the shot next week then.
You sure can.
Oh, excellent.
Or Friday.
Or Friday or
you
whatever.
want. Yeah.
Is there a time period that I have to make an appointment for? I mean, or can I wander over at 9 in the morning or what?
We do have certain times because we have to make sure that we have nursing staff on
I
duty that
understand.
are there. But yeah, it's right now, this Friday, we are pretty much all day going to be having those vaccines available at the health department. The
This
appointments-
Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday is when we're doing them every week. But this Friday we did extend it to be an all day. Normally it was 9 to noon. So we have
Well,
different
how long
times.
you been doing this? I didn't know anything about this.
Well, we need to be talking with you more often.
I guess so.
think. Yes.
Once a
can
week,
do-
we need to have an appointment with these girls for
You
Carrie to come
do.
over here
Yeah.
to
I was
give
ready.
this information
you know.
out.
I said I should kick the supervisors off. They never show up. Yeah,
See,
bring
I-
in the public health people.
I find good people to take our
Yes,
place.
you did.
If you have any questions at any time, just give us a call and we'll certainly work around
You
your
know,
schedule.
Supervisor Nick has never been over here. I think he's been on the board for 20, 30 years. He's never been over here.
20, 30 years.
You need to offer cookies. I
Is
think.
that what it is?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Cookies
Nick
help.
Right.
looks like a guy
Yeah.
that could be swayed by cookies.
Is that all you got?
I think
Is that
that's
what you
it.
got?
Yeah.
What do you got over there,
Oh,
Keith?
wow. Now it's my turn.
No, step up to the plate.
Well, I
buddy.
got some news from the county auditor for the election on the 2nd
Okay.
that we are doing some, it's a school election and some other stuff. So we are doing some temporary polling places for the election. We had to change some stuff because we have a hard time finding people that are willing to work the polls. So we had to close some of the polls. So
Mhm.
some of the polls that some places you usually vote at, you won't be voting next Tuesday. You'll have to go to some different places. I'll listen for you. If you vote in Cooper Township, you're going to need to go to the Fort Dodge Recreational Center at 2150 22nd South 22nd Street. If you voted at Elkhorn Township, you're going to need to go to LifeWorks Community Services at 1303 A Street, Fort Dodge. If you vote in Fort Dodge in District 5, you're going to need to go to the Prairie Lakes Church, which is like Friendship, used to be at Friendship Haven. Now you have to go to Prairie Lakes Church.
Where is Prairie Lakes Church exactly?
Right
Is
by
it
Farm
out?
Bureau there. Yeah, it's out right,
Yeah.
right close to Friendship Haven.
Right.
If you voted in Fulton Township, you're going to go to the Callender Community Center. If you vote in Johnson Township, you're going to go to Clare. In Lost Grove Township, it's going to be at the Gowrie Community Center. If you vote in Newark Township, would be Vincent. You're going to go to the Badger Fire Station. And you can also vote in person at the auditor's office from 8 to 4:30 until November 1st. And she's additionally going to have the office open Saturday, October 30th from 10 to 4. So you have a lot of opportunities to vote between now and the 2nd, or go to the different polling places on the
You
second.
can always go to the courthouse.
Go to the
can't
courthouse from 10 to 4:30 anytime between now and November 1st.
you? Okay.
And then Saturday too. She's opening up Saturday. This Saturday, October 30th, she's going to be open from 10 to 4. So for the people that are working that can't get off during the week, there is an opportunity to come in Saturday from 10 to 4. This is kind of a temporary closing that we have to do because we can't find people to work the polls. If you're interested in working the polls, Doreen is always looking for people to help with the polls.
Well, I'm sure.
It's a big job. You have to show up at 6 a.m. and be there till 9 p.m.
Yeah,
all day.
And you can't leave.
You can't leave. It's a big job. You get paid pretty decent for it, but we
Well, how
struggle
much
to
you
find
get
people.
paid?
It's like $16 an hour, I think.
That's big money. Jesus.
Well, you just, I mean, we had at the last election, we had a group where 30 people showed up for 4 people worked all day for 30 votes.
Is that right?
Yeah, at the polling, so only 30 people showed up in this one precinct. So you have 4 people working, making, 16 bucks an hour.
Right.
So it's like $30 a vote it costs to have those people there.
You didn't bring the city wards with you, I suppose. I know
The
you're a
city
county
ward
supervisor.
was 5, Ward 5. That's the people that used to vote at Friendship Haven.
Yeah.
Now they're going to go to Prairie Lakes Church.
Okay.
That's Ward 5.
I think I live in Ward.
Otherwise, everybody else is the same,
Okay.
except for the townships.
I live in Menke's ward.
Yeah, and I'm going to leave this with
kind of
you.
a
So
curse,
I'm going to
eh?
leave this with you, Mike. So
All right,
if
thank
anybody
you.
has any questions, that's a press release. You can announce that every 5 minutes if you need
Sure.
to.
Sure.
If you need to.
Good. I
So,
find out so many things.
No, we appreciate you having us, Mike. And
No,
and we do.
I certainly. This is what this radio station is for, to let the
Yeah.
community know what's going on.
And Saturday night, the Community Health Center is having a event out at the Shimcat building.
Shimcats, right.
Yeah, it's $40 a ticket, I believe. But they have a comedian or a median or something out there.
Yeah, nice night
a
out.
full meal. It starts at, I think they're going to have dinner at 6:30, and then I'm going to do an auction for them. They have like 12 items at the auction. I don't know. And their auction is going to be online too, so you can bid online or live, and then the party starts after that.
Okay. I suppose
So-
they have a wet bar, right?
Yes, they have a wet bar. So for Saturday night, come on out there.
Yeah, because Keith wasn't going to go if they didn't have, they didn't
I
have
got,
a couple of
I got to
beers.
do the auction. I'm going to do the auction.
You
for
got-
'em.
Oh, you can do the auction
Oh.
after a few beers.
Well, I can, yeah. But I'm glad to help out. I'm always glad to help out with auctions.
So where do you give blood again?
At the what is it, Life Works? Life Service. It's right by Goodyear Tire, right next door to Goodyear.
That's right.
Yeah, you know they really need blood, right now. So if you're a blood donor, you think about giving blood, it'd be great to go do it. And you get a chance if you go do it, they tell you if you have the COVID antibodies or not.
Yeah.
So you'd give blood, and then a week later you get an email from them saying you got this, and this.
Sure.
So
sure.
that's kind of nice.
So
And they need the blood, so it's a good service for that.
what city council member represents you, Keith?
What city? Lydia and Brooke, if she gets elected.
Okay. So who are you going to vote for, Keith?
I've already voted. I voted. I was the first one to vote.
Were you the first one? to
Yeah,
vote?
I'm always usually.
You've
the
been.
first,
Yeah, I was going to say.
I'm always usually the first one to vote when they open it up when they opened it up a couple weeks ago. I'm always there at 8 o'clock in the morning. They'll come in. Hey, you want to be our guinea pig? Let's make sure all this stuff works. So you go in and vote. It's really simple to vote at the courthouse.
I was going to say.
You
I
go in
think-
and sign a couple pieces of papers. It's all push button, computer, boom,
yep.
boom, boom, and you're done. It takes 2 minutes at the most,
That's what I'm.
or
gonna
3.
do.
It's really easy to vote, and you need to vote because these elections are important.
These elections are important.
Yes.
Okay.
City council. We need to have good people on the city
We
council.
need to have good people.
We
on the
have
city
good
council.
people on the supervisory
Yes,
board.
you
guess,
will. I
but-
think you do.
Yeah, and there's good people on the city
Yeah.
council
You
too.
can vote and then come over to the Webster County Health Department and
Get a shot, huh?
Right?
Get a shot, and away you go.
I think I can. I think I'll do that.
Well, where's all our calls? We didn't get any calls today.
Well, we didn't ask for any.
Oh, well, you have to ask.
Yeah.
Don't anybody call. We're about done.
Yeah, I forgot to throw that out there. If you wanted to call in, you could have. Okay. Here's a message from a city councilman. He's telling me he's pretty sure I voted at City Hall, and I did the last time.
Okay.
I had an election. Whatever the last election was, it wasn't that long ago.
When last time you voted?
Yeah, last time I voted, it was over at City Hall. So yeah,
That was for the primary.
that was for the primary, right? but I can vote.
You can vote the courthouse.
Courthouse, yeah.
Saturday. You can vote Saturday and Monday. I don't know if Monday you can vote, but Saturday you can vote up to Saturday
Right.
to the 1st. So
Well, I
whatever
can
it
vote
is.
tomorrow. Right?
yeah, you can vote
Okay.
tomorrow or Saturday.
Right.
Don't
and then
forget.
I could go over and get my
Get your
shot.
shot.
Okay, good enough. Keith, thank you so much. And thank you so much.
Thank you for
And
having
your
us.
name was
Meredith Michelson.
Meredith Michelson.
God, I don't know why I have so much trouble with that.
Well, you're getting old.
Yeah,
Getting
that's
old.
it.
You're getting old.
That is it.
Old and senile, just like me. I'm terrible with names.
No, I never used to be.
Neither am I.
I always remembered if I ever met them once in life. I remembered. Now I can't remember what I did this morning.
I'll be doing an auction and somebody's bidding and it's a benefit auction and you like to recognize who bought something.
Yeah.
Paid a lot of money and I'm thinking, oh my God, I hope he doesn't get it. I can't remember his name. This is good because I know I'm really good and I can't remember what his name is.
Close personal friend. I just can't remember.
Yeah. Well, that guy got it.
All right. Thank you very
Thank you.
much. All right. This is AM 1400 KVFD.
Michael Devine, the mayor of Manville.
It's a fancy title for a part-time job.
Michael Devine at AM 1400 KVFD.
It's 429. The news is next.
This is Mike from United Bank of Iowa. It's time to work hard, bank smart,